everyone, my name is Ethan Tapia and I'm the FACE Liaison at Jefferson Elementary. If you are here right now, it is because you need a bit of guidance for the data confirmation tutorial, which is a necessary step in confirming your student's enrollment for the next school year. So let's go ahead and get started. So this should take between 5 to 10 minutes on average per student, and I'm going to try to keep this video within that same time frame, so let's get started. So the most important tool we will be using is the Aries Parent Portal. Before we go into what it is, why it might sound familiar, I'm going to show you where you can find it. Now, if you follow us on Instagram, you'll see that it's in our link tree, in our bio. You can access that through Instagram, or you can type that directly into the browser. The link is www.linktr.ee/sausd.jefferson. And you'll be rerouted to our link tree, which is just a hub of our most important links that we currently use at Jefferson. And so you can see that to the far left, it is the third link in the link tree. You can alternatively, you can access the Aries Parent Portal through our school website. So if you visit www.sausd.us/Jefferson, you can find it there. And in most school SAUSD websites, you'll find it on their homepage too. And then one other option is if you go to the main sausd.us website, it's in the parent tab, you'll see it there. Now, if this looks a little familiar, that's because it should be. If you have a returning student, that is a student who attended last year or this and is continuing enrollment with us at SAUSD, then you should be familiar with this process. And if not, here's a refresher. So here you can see that we have a little red box that says username and password entered are incorrect. And that's because this sample email is not in our system. So it's really important that you use the email that we have on file. And one way for you to verify that is to check where you receive your Parent Square communication to via email. That's the email that we should have on file, because Aries and Parent Square are two systems that work together, right? And so you can always just give the school a call to confirm, or if you need to update your email, same thing, give the school a call. Oh, almost forgot, very important step. If you've never used it or if you've forgotten your password, click Forgot Password. Even if you've never had an account, just click Forgot Password, enter that same email that you know we have on file, and then you're going to receive an email with a unique confirmation number, and that's going to allow you to reset your password, and then you'll just go back to the homepage, log in, and you will be redirected to the Aries Student Dashboard, which is what we are on right now. So I have blocked out identifying information of the student. As you can see, he is in the 2nd grade. This is what the newer version of the Aries Parent Dashboard looks like. If you have the older version, no worries, you can still complete the data confirmation. The only difference is that yellow rectangle that you see at the bottom, it's going to be on the very top across the entire portal. But once you're here, whether you have the old version or the new version, just click on the click here to confirm the information about your student. And so this is what it's gonna, oh, almost forgot, very important step. If you have more than one student, as you can see for this student top left, there are no other students. But if you have more than one student, you'll see all of them on the drop-down menu. Be sure that you know which student you are completing this data confirmation for, and you'll see why that matters. So moving along. So now you should be, this is the first page, right? Again, on the top left, it'll tell you which student you are completing it for. Very important. This is something you do for all your TK Kinder through 11th grade students, so all the kiddos who are returning next year. And so the first page just asks basic questions. The first one being, says is either parent active in the U.S. Armed Forces? Second question, asking about your living situation, and you will see why this matters on the next few slides. Now, the second section is the student section, right, which is confirming student demographics. Your address, just confirming if it is current, and if it is not, you have the option to change it. Now, when we go to medical history, you'll see that it's a lot different this year. It's a lot more user-friendly. It's easier. It doesn't take you to a new page. So you'll be able to select from the menu of options. And once you click on any one of the conditions, you are able to add more information, more context if needed. Remember that eyeglasses are considered a medical condition, so it's very important that the school is aware if your kiddo uses glasses so that we can best support them. And if you do not have anything to fill out in this section, you're just gonna continue. Just gonna continue. You don't see the confirm and continue here because I already did it. I just had to go back because I forgot to include this in the presentation. And now here, the document section. So you're not gonna print any of these documents. You don't need to sign, you don't need to turn them in, and I will explain why. So all you need to do is open a document, and then it's gonna open in any tab. And you can review it if you wish, but they are the same documents that we review every year. And then you'll notice that the Migrant Ed questionnaire here is not marked, right? And so that's because for this student, it does not apply. But if it applies to you, go ahead and click it so you can read more information regarding the valuable resources that our migrant ed department provides to our SAUSD students. And then again, when you're done, you're gonna click on the left-hand side, confirm and continue. So now this is where it matters, right? This, all the forms that we read before, this is where you're going to provide authorization to the school or deny, of course. So you'll see here, there are quite a few questions. And so the first one being McKinney-Vento homeless student info restriction. Now this may sound a bit strange, right? If you're not familiar, but really what this is this is within the district, right? So the information stays within the district. And what this is if your living situation changes, which is why it was important earlier when you marked, right, if you lived in a single family residence or if you live with others, because if you are doubled up, the McKinney-Vento program offers support when needed. Now you can go ahead and click allow even if you live in a single family residence, because should your situation ever change, by clicking allow, they are able to support you. So it doesn't necessarily count against you if you are living in a single family residence. Now for internet use, again, this is for you confirming for next year, right? Do I allow my student to use internet next year? Do I allow him to take their device home? And so forth. Now for the public information library one, that might sound also strange, but 2 years ago, I believe, the SUSC created a partnership with the Santa Ana Public Library, an amazing partnership where students can take their student ID card and check out books, right? If you grew up in Santa Ana or are familiar with the library before, you would have to open an application, right? There was a fee associated with it. But with this, students can use their ID card to check books out, use the internet there, or the many different services that the library offers. And then the other ones are pretty self-explanatory. And we're gonna continue. Other documents, so requested documents. So if we have everything on file regarding a student, whether that's a legal document, whether that's information regarding medication or a medical condition, right, something that the school needs to know, if we already have it, you do not need to re-upload it, right? But if there's something new, something that has changed since you last completed data confirmation, this is where you would upload it. And if you're unable to upload it, you can always bring it to your student's school. The office can make a copy and add it to their file. And otherwise, you can just click confirm and continue if you don't have anything to add here. And then a very important page, you're not done yet. You have to click finish and submit, because if you think you see this, you're like, oh, I'm done, and you log out, it's still incomplete and it's not gonna count as completed. Okay, so it's very important that you finish and submit so that you receive this lovely message. Should it load? There it is. And so, yeah, and then another way that you'll know if it is completed is you will receive an email, right? Let's see if it takes us to the email page that looks like this. It'll say the student's name, student's ID, and it's just confirming that you've completed it. Now, what is our next page? And then again, if you go at Jefferson, you know, I push out a lot of the information. I do have the data confirmation pinned, and I will leave it pinned until all of our students complete data confirmation. But otherwise, you're also welcome to call the school office, the office of the school where your student is enrolling to next year. And you know, I hope you found this video helpful. I don't think I kept it in under 5 minutes, but that's okay. Thank you for joining me.